There is this unwritten rule in politics that you do not involve the children of your political enemies in your political games and your shenanigans. Okay? So the G-string panty wearing men at this propaganda show that you call the Ground Report have struck again. So 2 days ago, a member of the Ground Report team called in and actually tried to smear Marsha Walker through her child. The story that they gave at the show was that Marsha Walker's child was rude. This person called into the Ground Report program and made up a lie against in an attempt to smear Marsha Walker. And an unwritten rule in politics is you never go after the children of your opponents. Never. You don't do it. No matter whatever you do, and especially if you're in public and you see a family member of a political opponent, you do not go involve this person in your antics. And this seems to be like a recent tactic by these UNC scumbags, where they're now going after family members. And you see this started up at a higher level with that scumbag politician Mr. Roberts, when he went after the family of Gonzalez. So now I guess that signals to the lower people, the ants, the sheep that follow this party, that's okay to approach the family members of your opponents. So this is the actual story that happened. Jenny was in the line to shopping wherever they were shopping. One of the items that she was ringing up didn't have a price label. So as opposed to waiting in the line and having the shop clerk go back to the aisle to where the item is to locate the price, Jenny said that, hey, I'm gonna go run back and go get one with a label for you. So apparently the person standing in line behind her saw all of this happening. Everybody was standing in line, saw everything that was happening, right? So the person who was behind her apparently recognized who she was. So you know how these UC people get, and you know what kind of now bacala is starting in her mind. So she sees Marsha Walker's child. So she's thinking in her head she's gonna start some drama. So Jenny actually said, you know what, wait, I'll go back and get the item for you, to save time or whatever. So she went back in the line. She said, excuse me. She went back in the line and found the item, and then was coming back. She said, excuse me. And when it came to the lady that was in front of her, she said, excuse me. And the lady did not move, which you already know what is happening, right? So what happened next is Jenny lightly took the woman, put her aside, and then carried on in her manner, like a boss bitch would do. Which being the daughter of Marsha Walker, I would actually hope she would do something like that, but actually that's not what happened. Jenny just politely moved by her and went in the way and continued on with the transaction.
And it's me, come now, all right.
Oh, God, well, all right now, go ahead now, bacchanal voice, go ahead. Me on a bacchanal with you, Go ahead, Bacchanal.
Listen,
Yeah.
let me. I wanted to bring this to your attention today. So on Saturday, I went to Pennywise, right? Now, you see, we saw out here studying to cuss anti-cams and try to bring down anti-cams. And our kids have no kind of brought up, see nothing about them. So I'm in Pennywise, I'm standing in the line, and this young lady pushed through the line, pushed me to the side. And guess who it is the young lady who pushed through the line, pushed me to the side, and didn't even say sorry or excuse me. Everybody in the line was like, what is that? Marsha Walker daughter.
Serious?
Serious. No, serious. I walk up to the line, I paid my stuff. While I'm leaving, I said, young lady, I say, excuse me, it's nothing bad to say, you know. Right? I say, you need to have some brought up, see. And I walked out. Right? But you're busy, you are busy every minute on social media, posting this, posting that. And your youth has no brought up, see. And let me tell you something, Andy. When I said that to her, she could have said, oh, mom or Miss Lady or whatever, oh, I'm sorry. If you see the attitude of this child, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. And if that is your attitude, young lady, growing up, somebody will knock you out here. Trust and believe that. Because there's very ignorant people that you will push like that, and they will retaliate in a different way, especially you're not saying sorry.
You see,
or they tell you
this is the kind of
attitude.
Listen to the kind of shit this scumbag, this low life, this pig face, this rat face MFer broadcast on his program, and look at the nonsense. And because it's song juicy, because it's song bacchanalish, he is actually letting this play out. And ladies and gentlemen, be aware, be alert, be horrified. This man is actually coming onto national media in TTT, which is something else we have to dig into later on. But let's continue on, because somehow it seems that the UNC is using state funds to push their propagandists onto the mainstream, but let's get into that after. But first, let's focus on this right here.
Right, Andy, I was in awe,
Well,
but at the same time, I really wasn't too much in awe because I know the character of the mother. Right? I tell you what made him. I say, but wait, I watch the child properly. Even the car shot and I say, but that's that girl. That's Marsha Walker daughter. I say, yes, of course, that's her daughter. And you see her attitude? Right? You don't do, actually, and if so, she burst through the line because like she was went to pick, like she was paying for something, and like she went back for something, so she coming back to pay. But excuse me is nothing hard to say. But
she did say excuse me. The whole line heard her say excuse me. The whole line moved aside when they saw her coming back. The entire line. She was the one that stood there in the middle and did not move.
And you could bust through a line and you can't say excuse me.
She lied.
Sorry.
And
have an attitude
oh my
when
God,
somebody say, well, you could say excuse me. That tells a lot. But you know what? Her mother takes up so much time on the social
this makes
media.
me angry.
Worrying what Kamala doing and what Kamala ain't doing. Let me tell you something, Master Walker. Worry to put some manners in your youth. That is what you need to worry about. Because what I saw Saturday, that is that's no manners. None at all. And nicely I turned to her and I said, you could have said sorry or you could have said excuse me. And the attitude I get, I say, wow. But sweetheart, you see these times we living in Trinidad, that's not the attitude. The wrong person might have a bad day, and you and them will have it out very bad, and it will end up very bad. Don't be like that. Change your attitude. Trust and believe. Change your attitude. That is all I want to see. And the fact of the matter is that Miss Walker, stop studying Kamala. Trust and believe that. Study to put some manners in your child. Because, hello, You don't do that. You do not do that. Anyway, Andy, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to just say, Andy, before I go, because I will not be calling back because I am very busy from, actually right now I'm going to do some stuff and I'm very, very busy. Trinidad and Tobago, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. And, Andy?
Yes, yes.
Right. And I want to say this. Not everybody is fortunate to put ham, lamb, and jam on their tables. A lot
Listen
of
to
us
this
might be
bullshit.
able to lend a hand. Some of us may not be able to. If you can give as
All right.
small as it is, even as a pack of sugar, and you know somebody is in need or a child.
All right. Look at this beautiful family. A beautiful, beautiful, God-loving family. And you know what? Where's my camera? I used to follow Marsha Walker on Facebook some years ago. And one of the things that used to piss me off about Marsha is for a political person, there was too much Jesus on her page. There was too much love. There was too much forgiveness. There was too much gooey two shoes. There was not much fighting, and I think Marsha actually blocked me on her Facebook profile. Strike Marsha, because whenever she would post something about Jesus, I would be one of the the people in her chat against her, like why doing all of this nonsense. Because one of the things that the white man did is they came and they stole our land, they stole our women, they stole our resources, and they left behind the Bible. And one of the antics in the Bible is, they say, is turn the other cheek, forgive your enemies, let them take the slap on the left side of the cheek, and then after you get the slap on the left side of your cheek, turn to the right and take the other slap and say thank you. That is what the Bible actually preaches. And if you do follow Marsha on Facebook, she actually does promote that bullshit where you forgive your enemies, and you let them go, and you pray for them and stuff like that. And even in researching this story, when I told Marsha that I want to come out guns blazing, I want to, since the UNC people think it's okay to go after children, maybe I should go after Lennox's child too, because one thing that Lennox Smith does is he puts his child on camera a lot, to the point where it's annoying, because when you want to go and cuss Lennox, because he's like one of the political figures for the UNC, he have his child up there. So in me researching this, I'm like, all right, so since they want to get nasty, maybe I should get nasty too. Marsha said to me, no, pray for the child. And you know what? In honor of Marsha, later on in the stream, we will sit back together as a group and say a prayer for Lennox Smith's fat overweight child. We will say a prayer for him at the end. So I'm not gonna cuss these people too much in the intensity that I wanted, because Marsha said just take it easy. All right. So like I said to you before, ladies and gentlemen, there should be no doubt in anyone's mind that this story is not how she portrayed it. Because, but like I said, and Marsha blocked me for this on her Facebook profile. I think she's a little bit too Jesus-y, too forgiving, too loving, and with this stuff. And actually, in researching this story, I said to her, why doesn't she put a camera in Jenny's face, and which is her daughter, and have her daughter clap back at this nonsense, this smear, at what is going on. And she said, no, that is not her daughter, that is not her style. She's not like this, and this is exactly not what happened. So like I said, she was at the cash register. She went up to ring up something. Instead of waiting for the cashier to go back and get the price check, she said, excuse me. Everyone in the line saw this. She went back, got the item, ran, got it, came back. Excuse me. And the person in line next to her, who was next in line, who apparently recognized that this was the child of Marsha Walker, just decided to stay put where she was. And I hope in my head, I hope in my heart that Marsha Walker's child actually put hands on that woman and moved her aside. I actually hope and pray and dream that this is what had happened, but it's not what happened. Somehow this got onto social media, and someone made a response to this a couple of days ago, and the shit. Hold on, you can't see it. Oh, this might be a little better. Okay, so Bacchanal. I don't know you or your politics. I'm not into any African cultural belief system. However, I do view people based on what they are, not what they say they are. The young lady you are speaking about, I know her through basketball. While nothing people do surprise me, hypocrites. The behavior you are identifying in Price Mark does not fit the description of Jesse Lee Walker. And again, the description you identify in Price Mark does not fit the description of Jesse Lee Walker. Again, no one is above board, but her not knowing you and looking for an altercation, no. Nah. Jesse Lee Walker has never shown that behavior, even in provocation, intense basketball, Jesse Lee Walker have never shown that behavior, even in provocation, intense basketball games. Sorry, Miss Bacchanal, wrong person. And in response, Marsha Walker made this video.
In fact, today, Andy, I think we are putting another cog in that process towards the 5th. We have a meeting this morning for 11 o'clock. Just a reminder to you that we have a meeting with the TTT officials in order to, of course, finalize certain things.
Did you hear that?
In fact, today, Andy, I think we are putting another cog in that process towards the 5th. We have a meeting this morning for 11 o'clock. Just a reminder to you that we have a meeting with the
United National Congress
in order to, of course,
using state funds to push their propaganda machine onto the national media stage? That is a question I'm asking you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, tonight. Is this the kind of stuff that you want to see on TTT? And so after, I'm not exactly sure what Marsha's response was on Facebook that he's responding to. Listen to this.
Miss Marsha Walker put up something, they technically fighting the ground report by statements made. Really, I don't want to talk about her, and I think two evidence we could keep she away from the program, or her name mentioned on the program is the better thing. Because I watched it in a way, if it is a caller raise an issue, and you know, my advice is to keep, without people, you just have to keep away. Hey, Soca Dolly, morning.
But they didn't stop there. They did not stop there. Ladies and gentlemen, President Donald Trump calls into this. Listen to me carefully, ladies and gentlemen. President Donald Trump listens to the ground report. All you hearing me? All you listen to me carefully. like and share. Spread this to your friends. Tell everybody that you know. President Donald Trump listens to the ground report. And he calls in. And he knows Marsha Walker.
Good morning, Andy. Marsha, the Mako Walker, is coming after you in the ground report because of what the lady said about her daughter yesterday. She has posted a bunch of crap on her Facebook page, calling you all political backhand and warning you and the UNC not to test her. Who cares what you think? Marsha, you spend your entire day trolling Kamala and the UNC. Why don't spend some time making a roti and some tomato choka with all the free time you got Makoing people business? I saw all the rubbish you posted about me and my attacks on the narco drug cartels. Well, just for your foolishness, you're not going to be issued a U.S. visa. As Prime Minister Kamala said, you can't badmouth my country and still want to come to America with your bold-faced self. So whine to the side. Marsha, have yourself a great Christmas. Andy and all the ground report listeners, be good people, and let's be safe out there today.
Hey.
Ladies.
And of course emasculated and destroyed, of course, the economy and the potential for wealth creation and the happiness of the people